Artificial intelligence is the talk of town. Not from today, but it has been quite some time since everybody has been talking about AI. In terms of the Alexa and the Google assistants that you have at home, in your mobile phones and whatnot, AI has taken everything by storm. But basically, this thing has gotten a new meaning after two events that have happened recently. One, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi went to the AI Action Summit, and as a co-chair, he spoke about it. He talked about the potential of AI. He also gave a use case where when you ask the normal generative AI engines to draw a picture of a man drawing with, say, left hand, eventually the AI pops up a result with the person writing or using the right hand. So many prompts you can try, but eventually it does not change. And the second report is the World Economic Forum, which talked about how the job structure of the world is going to change because of this. Let me bring to you the impact of AI on MBA, or if MBA is dead or not, especially in this wake of AI, which is going to take everything by storm by 2030 and beyond. So let's take a look at some interesting insights which probably will help you understand that. But before that, it is important to know what is going to be the impact of artificial intelligence on the job market. When we talk about the World Economic Forum report, 41% of the employers are going to downsize their workforce by 2030. 41, basically half of it, which means half of the people are going to lose their jobs. Those of these people who are, evidently working in sort of an organized sector. And basically 92 million jobs will be lost, and that's a significant number. Your job could also be part of it. And then, the thought process comes that if I eventually spend some money on my higher education, where should that money go? And if MBA is actually there in the picture or not. Within this sphere also, if you talk about the largest growing and declining jobs by 2030, you would be able to see that high-end technical jobs and high-end strategy jobs are going to remain. In fact, they are going to enhance. For example, software and application developers, project managers, general and operation managers, so managers basically a lot of things here. Eventually, the AI is going to replace the routine roles. For example, if you are a data entry operator, then you won't be needed, which basically means one thing, that you have to upskill yourself. And how you are going to do that? Within this sphere, if you take a look at 92 million jobs displaced, which was a massive number that was haunting us, the other interesting number is this 170 million jobs also will be created. And if I talk about this perspective, basically the jobs are getting almost doubled. So AI, as far as your jobs are concerned, is not going to be a havoc. Yes, it is definitely going to change what you are doing. So if you are not falling in this category of 170 million jobs, which of course requires massive upskilling, then there is a possibility that you might be distressed. When you talk about how businesses are going to respond to AI developments, you would be able to see, and you can pause the video here for a moment, eventually you will see that requirement is the skill upgrade on AI. You're not supposed to create another ChatGPT. You're not supposed to create the AI. The best thing would be that you should be able to use a generative AI engine. In fact, pause this video after this prompt that I tell you and try something very interesting. Ask your AI engine to create a photograph of something that you want to. Let's say you want to ask the AI to create image of people who are thinking about various MBA streams, and it will pop up something which might not even be related. In fact, the text also could be blurry at places. But then when you want to just show that thing, you probably will be able to come up with a better prompt which will say that generate an image in which silhouettes of people holding suitcases and wearing suits are looking at a particular place where there is light emanating and current flowing in the backdrop of corporates, and suddenly it will pop up an image in which there are significant buildings in the backdrop. The black shadows of business people will be there looking at an electrified sort of a sun, or it could be a processor or something, and then you know that this can be an image related to how people are going to respond to business. It might still not contain various specializations, but at least you know that this is a backdrop you can use in which you can type down the names of all those specializations if you want to present it in front of people. That is the power of prompts. So many organizations and people are coming up with new and new courses just to teach you how you can go for a skill upgrade on AI application. And that is enough for you to understand that AI is actually not a threat, but rather a boon. Take a look at the fastest growing and declining jobs by 2030. Big data specialists, fintech engineers. Fintech basically currently it is the India is the heaven of fintech apps and development. Security management specialist, data warehousing specialist, primarily operational and technological jobs, followed by data analysts and scientists. Environmental engineers, sustainability is going to be on the top list when we talk about these new age careers. So when we talk about evolving with the job market, these are the skills that you need to focus on. So allow me to map these skills to the management discipline, and then you will understand that because of AI, management is actually growing faster than ever. Let's take a look at AI and big data, which is going to be your specialization. IT management analytics is your MBA that will utilize this knowledge of yours. And when I say this knowledge of yours, it does not mean that you have to be a technocrat, but it should just mean that you should know about it, you should know the use cases, and if you are in that place to become a project manager, so you know how to get the things done with the help of engineers. Technology literacy, absolutely. I mean, it is very generic. Until you are aware of technology, you can't do anything. And when we talk about training and application, say within the sphere of HR or within the sphere of just a management training, that again offers you an interesting career. Creative thinking, that's again very broad. All the things in terms of your marketing and strategy, every single MBA related to your decision making and the careers related to it will fall in that category. Because AI, even if it is extremely intelligent, it cannot make decisions for you. In fact, there was a study that happened when some problems were given to generative AI, in that case it was ChatGPT, and 21 MBA professionals. And when the responses were assessed by some people who did not know which response is from person or from the ChatGPT, then they eventually realized that ChatGPT has scored less than half as compared to those management professionals in terms of coming up with strategic decisions, say a go-to-market strategy or a plan. And this is something which a generative AI cannot replicate because it is part of your brain. But yes, you should know how to utilize it. For instance, when we talk about resilience, flexibility, agility, you should be open to learning. These are the kind of skills you should need. And again, it translates into your general management and strategy streams. HR and consulting would again be there for a long time because curiosity, lifelong learning is one of the skills that is talked about by World Economic Forum. Leadership and social influence. Now, this is going to change the entire landscape. Every single aspect of the world will be driven by how you see the society evolving. Social media engines are going to play an extensive role in it. So if you are, say, in marketing or decision making about something and you don't know the relevant trends going on in the market, man, you will be lost. And because social media is going to extensively use the power of generative AI through its people and through its algorithms, you also should be aware of it. Let me backtrack on the same thing. What is required is your skill upgrade in the application of artificial intelligence, not the creation of AI itself. Talent management for HR, analytical thinking for operations and consulting. So all these things, especially sustainability, is going to be part of it. So if you have any knowledge or any skill within these forms, then definitely management is your calling. So when MBA fits into a real scheme, you can very well see that over the period of time, India's growth rate is also increasing, plus minus keeps on happening. And in proportion to it, the number of CAT aspirants followed by the package from top B schools is also growing. And that's why we are able to see that management is actually more alive than ever. So if you are thinking about creating your career in management, this is the right time. Take the use of AI, understand everything, be part of this growth story that is currently being led by India. All the very best.